Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little Christmas tree ornament out of straws. Now, all I did was I used the Turbo Tacky Glue by Aleene's, and I really like the way that this held. This is very strong, and it's not going to fall apart. Now, I embellished these with little flat back rhinestones. However, the tree that I'll be making with you today, I'm going to use buttons. So you can kind of see both trees and maybe which one you like the most. So what I did is I cut, I'd say about an equivalent of 2.5 of these Dollar Tree straws, and you can tell that I've already used quite a bit out of here. There's 15 in each package, and like I said, they're from the Dollar Tree, so they're very inexpensive. I've also seen these paper straws in the dollar bin section at Michael's. They were $1.50 a piece, and they had a lot of really cute designs. Some of the designs almost looked retro, so I think I'm going to go back to Michael's and see if the straws are still there and pick them up. I think they'd make some really cute ornaments. And so you're going to cut out 10 pieces, and you're going to use 2 different patterns on the straw, and I just alternated a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2 inches, 1 3/4 inches, 2 inches, 2 1/4 inches, 2 1/2 inches, 2 3/4 inches, and 3 inches. So I'll make sure to write that out in the drop down bar below, so you'll know what you need for one tree. And you'll be cutting 10 pieces, and once you do this, once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty quickly. All I did was I used a ruler and just marked it off and just cut it. And that's about it. I'm going to set this aside, and before I start, I'm going to show you something else that you can do with this little Christmas tree ornament. You can make this a combination ornament along with maybe a money holder. Just folded this down the middle, like so. And just fold this over like that. And just wrap it on around snugly. Like so. And just put a very small piece of tape, just enough to hold the edge here, and then you can hang these up, give them to the kids when they come in, or you can just present this in a little box as kind of a combination ornament and money holder. So that's just one little idea. You can do a lot of things with these. And let's see, we'll get started. Here, I'll set this aside. Now you're going to need a craft stick like these, and this one just happens to measure 4.5 inches high by 3/8 of an inch by 1/12 of an inch. Okay? And I was going to paint these, but I took the lazy way out. Decided I'd use my gold Sharpie pen instead. So that's what I did, and the Sharpie pen really worked well, went on very well too. And this is an ornament that the kids could get involved in making. Depends on how old they are. The younger ones, you can measure the straws out for them, what they'd need, and then just have them cut it on the line that you measured. The older ones can measure for themselves. And I like the fact that that turbo tacky glue holds these so well. And you want to do the sides too, and the back. And now today, when I put these together with you, I'll have to use low temp hot glue, and I'm sure that will work just as well as the turbo tacky glue, but I kind of have to do that, use the hot glue, because we don't have time to sit there and watch it dry before I go on to the next step. Okay, almost there. Down this side like this. And okay, now the back. Even the younger kids would love doing something like that. You know how younger kids love markers. Well, older kids do, but especially the younger ones. They think they're really, really special. Okay. Almost there. And I just try to get all of the little empty spaces. And if you're doing these by yourself, this would be a good craft to do while you're sitting there watching TV or listening to the radio or your computer. Shows you what generation I'm from. Okay, so we have that there. And so I'm going to start at the top, and before I put the straws on, I'm going to put this little star bead on. Now I came up with this idea earlier today. I was thinking, well, how am I going to hang this? Because if I leave that piece and just poke a hole through it, it'll look strange when I go to put the straws on, because it'll look empty up here. Then I thought of the star beads that I had that I bought from Michael's, and these are the same ones I used in the the paper straw necklace tutorial that I did. And I thought, oh gosh, I could take some turbo tacky glue and just glue that on top, and when it dried, I could just string a piece of baker's twine through that. And sure enough, it held beautifully. So that's what I'm going to do on this one as well. So I'm going to take maybe a gold colored one. For this tree. And like I said, normally I would glue this on at the top with a turbo tacky glue, but we are using the hot glue gun instead. Okay, so I'm going to put a little dab here on the top, and I'm going to make sure that the whole part will be on the sides, so I can put that string in. Okay, there we go. Held pretty well. So I'm going to move this little tree aside. I'm going to take the paper that I made out, and I'm going to start with a little 1/2-inch piece at the top. I just put double stick tape on here. That might be a good idea for you to do while you're putting these trees together. You can put all the 1/2-inch ones, just line them up, and the 1-inch ones, line them up with a strip of double-sided sticky tape, so you can just, you know, pick it from the paper and you'll know that they're in order. Just an idea anyway. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here and place this at the very top like that. Do the same thing with this. And I alternated colors, of course. There you go. And I think these make a really cute old-fashioned ornament. Kind of rustic looking in a sense. And see? And I kind of figured out the measurements myself. I played around with it. I saw a couple of similar trees when I was looking at pictures on Google, but they had a bead in between, and they were more of a string type thing. They were hanging on a string. But I wasn't too sure about the measurements, because the ones that I saw, you know, just didn't seem to have that. So I played around with it, and I finally got it right. This was such an inexpensive craft that kids can do. I really think it looks cute with the two colors. And if you wanted to, you could put the glue right on the stick itself. And one thing I like about the Turbo Tacky glue is that it dries clear, which is really nice. There you go. And there we go. And last one. So I cut them from a 1/2 inch to 3 inches. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to put the buttons on. So you can take your buttons and maybe pull out a few that you've been saving. I have quite a few buttons in here. These are just my plain buttons. My nicer buttons, fancier looking acrylic buttons, are in another container. These are the ones that are the cheaper ones that I like to play around with. And I'm sure most of you have buttons saved. Okay. And like I said, I'm just kind of messing around with them. See about where I would like it to be. Too many red. I think I need another green over here. So I'll look in my little button drawer for a green one. There's one on top. Okay. I better hurry up and figure out some button crafts. I have too many buttons in there. Yeah. Maybe I'll move. Let's see. Maybe I'll move that over here. This over here, and maybe one more green one. What do you think? I don't want to go too overboard, but give it a little color. And I have so many in here. It's hard to, I think I'm going to have to pour it out. Aha. Okay, there's a couple of greens, but these look a little big. I want a small one. Thank you for your patience, guys. I poured out some buttons to look for a green one, and now I've got a handful of buttons here that will be falling all over the floor in a minute. Okay, oh, I found a button. Okay, so this will work. So let me put these back, and I'll pick up the ones that fall on the floor later. This is kind of a bluish green. So, you know what? I think I'm just going to spread them out a little and forget that one. Okay, so at the top, I'm going to glue that one on. And if you use the turbo tacky glue, the resin, it's got more resin in it than the average glue. It'll dry perfectly clear. There we go. And I thank you for your patience once again. You guys are so good. Waiting for me to do things and still watching my video while I fumble around. Okay. And pull off the little stringy things. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to take a piece of baker's twine. And cut it. And slip it right through the little star bead. And when you tie a couple of knots at the top and snip the excess, then it might be a good idea to rub a little bit of that tacky glue between your fingers and then just rub it on the knot like this and let it dry. It'll dry clear. That way your ornament won't come undone. Okay. Tie it tight and then snip off the excess. Okay, and so this is how it turned out, and I hope you like it. I'll put these side by side, and I'll move this paper out of the way. And like I said, I'll put all the measurements down below in the drop down bar, and when I post it on my blog, I'll do the same there as well. I have quite a few posts to catch up on as far as putting them on my blog. And that's about it, just like this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I think these turned out really cute, and I think they would make a great addition to any Christmas tree, especially if you're into making handmade ornaments, and only handmade ornaments for your tree. And that's about it. God bless you all, and thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.